Hey everyone, it's the Phoam Ranger here at Phoam Ranger Sports to another episode. And this one is previewing a massive home game on Saturday night at 7 p.m. for Boise State men's basketball, as they will be playing host to Utah State in the friendly confines. Well, generally the friendly confines for the Broncos at XML Arena. This year has been a little different. Again, they just lost at home to Grand Canyon. They also lost at home against Hawaii Pacific to start the year, so they have 2 losses at home. The game will be aired on CBS SPorts Network and on the radio at 670 KBOI AM. This is the second game of the doubleheader of Bronco basketball on Saturday. Again, the women host Colorado State at 1 p.m. Then Bronco Athletics is doing the courts deal at the All-Noble Hall of Fame in between the conclusion of the women's game and before tip-off of the men's game. This is a huge game, and hopefully there's going to be a solid showing for Bronco Nation. I mean, yes, the Broncos have struggled out the gate in conference play. Right now they're 1-4. And every single conference game, the offense has been extremely lackluster, especially out the gate. Again, they missed their first 6 shots against Grand Canyon until Dominic made a pair of free throws to put the Broncos on the board, trailing 8-2 with about 40 seconds left until the first media timeout with 16 minutes left in the game against San Diego State. They really struggled in the first half, scoring only 29 points. We're down as many as 24 points in the first half. Still rallied to force overtime. Ultimately lost in 3 overtimes now in St. Thea, New Mexico. Started all for left from the floor, all for 9 for 3. First points came off of a pair of free throws by AJ Neto to cut the deficit to 8-2 with inside the first 4 minutes of the game. And again, Nevada struggled to score early on. Blues are now by 15. So again, Broncos have started this season 1-3 in conference play, and right now sit at 9-6 overall. Have lost 2 straight games, looking to avoid losing number 3 in a row. Again, they take on a pretty good Utah State Aggies men's basketball team. Right now, the Aggies men's basketball are 13-1 overall and perfect 4-0 conference play. They've won 6 in a row. They are 3-1 on the road. They start up the year with a 5-point win at San Francisco, then a dominant home win against non-Division I Westminster. Then they won a quad 1 game at VCU by 3 points. Again, probably the second best win for Mountain West Conference team this year. Probably the Broncos win against Butler is a number 1 win of the season in non-conference play for the Mountain West Conference in non-conference game. Then they beat River State by 10 points at home. They beat UTEP by 24. They beat Tulane the Shriners Children's Charleston Classic by 21. Then the second game of that tournament, they won by 34 against Davidson. Then they only won by 3 points in overtime against Montana State, a team that also gave Boise State fits. Their lone loss was a 7-point game at South Florida. They beat Charlotte by 26. They beat Illinois State by 5 on the road. Then they start off conference play, thoroughly thrashing Colorado State at home by 42 points. Then they beat Fresno on the road by 9. beat San Jose State at home by 22 or 18 points. They won at Air Force recently by 17 points. Against Saturday, they play here at Boise State. In terms of roster, it starts out with freshman guard number 1, Elijah Perman, 6'2", 190-pounder of San Francisco, California. Then it's transfer senior guard number 2, MJ Collins Jr., 6'4", 195-pounder of Clover, South Carolina. Previously played for Vanderbilt. Then it's what they call a wing. Normally, other teams might call it more like a forward or shooting forward. Junior number 3, Tucker Anderson, 6'9", 230-pounder of Centerton, Arkansas. Previously played for Central Arkansas. His freshman guard number 4, Braden Bowie, 6'5", 200-pounder of Beaverton, Oregon. Sophomore guard number 5, Jordy Barnes, 6'4", 185-pounder out of Holiday, Utah. Then it's on the Broncos, probably faced last year. It's transfer senior guard number 7, Colby Keene, 6'1", 185-pounder of Pompano Beach, Florida. He played for Butler and probably played for Butler last year in the College Basketball Crown, game which the Broncos won. Then it's grad transfer guard number 8, Drake Allen, 6'5", 25-pounder, Eagle Mountain, Utah. Previously played for Utah Valley. Then it's fifth-year transfer for number 11, Gary Clark, 6'9", 220-pounder of St. Louis, Missouri. Previously played for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Then it's junior guard number 12, Mason Falsalev, 6'4", 200-pounder of Benson, Utah. Freshman for number 13, David Iwedze, 6'10", 240-pounder of Roanoke, Texas. Then it's junior transfer for number 20, Luke Kearney, 6'7", 220-pounder of Phoenix, Arizona. Played the past couple years for the Air Force Academy. Then it's junior for number 22, Carson Templin, 6'9", 230-pounder of Fairview, Texas. Freshman wing number 24, Kingston Tosi, 6'8", 25-pounder of Anchorage, Alaska. Senior for number 32, Zach Keller, 6'10", 245-pounder of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Previously played for Utah. Rounding it out is 6'9", freshman wing number 35, Adlan Eleman, 185-pounder of Arlington, Virginia. Their head coach is Jared Calhoun. Associate head coach Eric Hout. Assistant coach Mentoris Robinson. Assistant coach Ben Asher. Assistant coach Johnny Hill. Assistant coach Max Bent. Chief of staff is Paul Molinari. Sports staff, player person on the analytics, Karen Walsh. Olympic sports strength and conditioning coach is Brandon Buski. Associate director of sports med is Brett Ritter. Jeremiah Stevers is the academic coordinator. Natalie Norris is director of sports nutrition. In terms of their stats, as a team, they've scored 1,212 points. They average 86.6 points per game. They've allowed opponents to only score 939 points. They only give up 66.9 points per game. Shooting-wise, they're 440 out of 831 as a team, nearly 53%, and they make 31 field goals per game. They've allowed opponents to make 309 out of 76 three attempts. They allow opponents to shoot 41% from the floor. They allow only 22.1 field goals per game. 3-point range are 121 out of 314 for 39%. The average is here under 9 threes per game. They've allowed opponents to make 107 out of 329 attempted threes. They allow opponents to shoot about 33% from beyond the arc, and they allow 7.6 threes per game. They're 211 out of 296 front charity stripe, about 71.3%. They average 15.1 free throws per game. They have 515 boards, nearly 30% per game. 263 assists, 18.8 assists per game. They turn the ball up 168 times. They average 12 turnovers per game. They average 21.4 points out opponent turnovers. They force opponents to turn the ball over 222 times. They force 15.9 turnovers per game. They only allow 12.4 opponents' points to opponents per game off of Aggie turnovers. They have 144 steals, 10.3 steals per game, 42 blocks, 3 block shots per game. Individually, MJ Collins Jr. has started every game. Averages a hair under 30 minutes a game. It's 97 to 171 for 57% from the floor, 30 and 81 for 47% for 3 and 50, and 58 for 86% for charity stripes. So a really dang good shooter. So the Broncos can allow to have open shots. Averages 20.1 points per game. Probably in the running for maybe first team all conference, maybe player of the year. And that's impressive, averaging 20.1 points per game. Broncos really need to find a way to limit to maybe 15 points or less. 35 total boards, 19 fouls, 23 assists, 15 turnovers, 18 steals, 1 block shot. Mason Falsalev has started every game, 30.3 minutes per game, 80 of 152 for 53%, 16 of 44 for 36%, 41 of 55 for 75% from the line. So another real good shooter, 15.5 points per game. 21 offensive, 81 total boards, 29 fouls, 36 assists, 20 turnovers, 37 steals, and 5 blocks. So probably their best defender when it comes to taking the ball away. Drake Allen. Actually, let's just make sense around the right ear. Drake Allen's playing the starting at 13 games, 21.5 minutes a game, 27, 57 for 47% overall, 6-21 for 29% 3, 18-26 for 69% for charity stripe, 6 points per game, 38 total boards, 28 fouls, 66 assists, so their best ball handler and the best disher, 31 turnovers, 25 steals, and 4 block shots, so someone else is really active defense as well. Carson Templin has started 8 of 14 games. Hair under 18 minutes a game, 47 to 84, 56% overall, 5 to 16 for 31% 3, 12 to 21 for 57% for charity stripes. So some of the Broncos may like to see shoot the free throws, 7.9 points per game, 21 offensive, 59 total boards, 34 fouls, 11 assists, 18 steals, 18 turnovers, 12 steals, and 10 block shots. So someone who is really active both ends the court and can block your shot and take the ball away from you. Tucker Anderson has played or starting at 8 of 14 games. Averages just shy of 14 minutes a game, 15 of 43 for 35% overall, 11 of 32 for 34% 3, 6 of 7 for 86% for charity stripe. 3.4 points per game, 22 total boards, 16 fouls, 12 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 3 block shots. Elliman, 6 starts in 13 games played, 12.1 minutes a game, 25-48 for 52% overall, 8-24 for 33% from beyond the arc, and 8-11 from the charity stripe for 73%. 5.1 points per game, 23 boards, 17 fouls, 5 assists, 11 turnovers, 7 steals, 6 blocks. Zach Keller, 5 starts in 13 games played, 10.8 minutes a game, 15-31 for 48% overall, 1-4 from 3-point range, and 3 of 8 for 38% for charity stripe. So Dustin Hill hasn't really shot the ball all that much, especially from the line. Averages 2.6 points per game, 13 offensive, 20 total boards, 28 fouls, 5 assists, 9 turnovers, 3 steals. Gary Clark starting in 1 game, playing in 21.1 minutes a game. 56 of 78 for the floor for 72%. Some news pretty automatic from inside the arc, probably from close range as well. Misses only 3-point attempt and is 25-47 for 53% from the charity stripe. Some of the Broncos would like to see shoot the free throw. Here under 10 points per game. 44 offensive, 95 total boards to lead the team. 40 fouls, 14 assists, 11 turnovers, 9 steals, 7 blocks. Elijah Perman, 1 start in 14 games played. Here under 18 minutes a game, 28 of 62 overall for 45%, 22 for 32% for 3, and 18 of 23 for 78% for Trading Strip. 5.6 points per game, 23 boards, 22 fouls, 58 assists, 27 turnovers, 13 steals, 6 block shots. Kobe Keene has played in every game. 20.6 minutes game, 40 of 76 for 53% overall, 22 of 50 for 44% for 3, 26 of 34 for 77% for Trading Strip. So another high-level shooter, so the Broncos cannot allow to have any open, easy shots. 9.1 points per game, 51 total boards, 17 fouls, 20 assists, 11 turnovers, 10 steals. The two players have not played every game and don't really have that many shots or stats at all. So this is a dangerous Utah State team this year. Broncos really have to be on the A game on offense and defense. Broncos comparatively in men's basketball. As a team, they've scored 2,804 points. They average 75.8 points per game. They've given up 2,477 points to their opponents. They allow 66.9 points per game. Broncos are 9 of 58 out of 2,071 shots, 46.3% overall, and average 25.9 field goals per game. They've allowed opponents to make 891 out of 2,038 attempts. They allowed the opponents to shoot nearly 44% from the floor, and they allowed 24.1 made field goals per game. 3-point range, for 3-point range, the Broncos are 277 out of 875 for 32%. They average 7.5 threes per game. They've allowed 265 out of 758 attempts. They allow opponents to shoot 35% from beyond the arc, and they allow an average of 7.2 threes a game. They're 6 of 9 out of 781 free throws for 78%. They average 16.5 free throws per game. 1,336 boards. They average 36.1 boards per game. 537 assists, 14.5 assists per game. They turn the ball over 404 times a season. 10.9 turnovers per game and 12.5 points off opponent turnovers. They force opponents to turn the ball over 406 times this season. They force 11 turnovers per game, and they only allow opponents to score 11 points off Bronco turnovers. 210 steals, 5.7 steals per game, 97 block shots, 2.6 block shots per game. And so to the women, since the preview isn't up yet, I am going to look at the record book for their series record against Utah State. Just look at the series record. Just got to go up, 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 up. Yep, against Utah State all time. Broncos are 21-38. They are 16-11 against them at home, 4-22 on the road, and 1-5 in neutral site games. And in the from 2024, because it doesn't appear included last year. I'm actually the other because last year was 2024-25 or something like that. They lost against Utah State on the road, one loss at home in overtime, Yeah, so the last win against the Aggies, it looks like, was 3-4-20 or 1-7-23. Was the last time they won. Yeah, because we didn't play them in the 24-25 conference tournament. Yeah, so last time the Broncos beat them was a home win on January 7th of 2023. The Broncos have lost 4 in a row against the Aggies. So, yeah, I mean, the Broncos are 1-4 in the last 5. So, yeah, Boise still need to have a heck of a full game. A heck of a great full game to beat the Aggies. Right now, in the net rankings, Utah State is 16th in a KenPom. Currently, Utah State is 26th, so this is a big-time opportunity for Broncos to get a huge win against the Aggies, which will be huge for the net and KenPom. Right now, KenPom predicts this to be a 2-point road win for the Aggies over the Broncos, especially. I think it probably got influenced by the fact that Broncos have not been doing well offensively these past 2 games. Then KenPom predicts an 11-point home win for the Aggies against Nevada, a 5-point win at Grand Canyon, a 19-point home win against UNLV, a 4-point road win at Colorado State, an 18-point or 12-point home win against Wyoming, an 8-point home win against San Diego State, 1-point road win at New Mexico, a 6-point road win at Wyoming, an 18-point home win against Fresno State, the neutral site game, a 11-point home win against Memphis, a 10-point home win against the Broncos, a 3-point road win at Nevada, a 1-point road win at San Diego State, a 12-point home win against Grand Canyon, an 11-point road win against the UNLV, and a 9-point home win against New Mexico. And KenPom predicts a 26-5, 16-4 finish for Utah State. Because again, they have like 1, 2, about 4 games that are 1 possession less, and so that's why, even though KenPom predicts a win outright in those close games, they still list it as potentially 4 conference loss in case if something happens and the score gets flipped or something like that. Because out of the road games, that is their lowest win percentages going forward is 58% on Saturday at Boise State, 51% New Mexico, 52% at San Diego State, and 61% at Nevada. According to KenPom, so this is going to be a heck of a tough game for Boise State to win. Again, they have to bring their A+ game in this one and going forward if they want to push maybe for better seeding or potentially better opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament this year, maybe as an at-large. I mean, Yeah, it's unlikely right now, but again, they go on a hot streak and again beat Utah State at home. It can't go on a win streak in the conference. Maybe they might play themselves back to the field. Right now, going into today, when the big bracketologists had Boise State as the last four out. So, right now they're probably not even on the bubble conversation, but they beat Utah State and get some belief going, to get some mojo and confidence back. Who knows, maybe this team can go on a bit of a big run and maybe, just maybe, find themselves in a couple weeks back in this conversation and the bubble talk again. Again, they have to rattle up some really big wins going forward, and again, they could start Saturday night, 7 p.m. against Utah State.